What's up, guys? Rob D at Bowling Point LLC on Twitter, official Litecoin Lotto on YouTube. Real quick, let's go over Litecoin. A couple days ago, I made a video calling for roughly $17.50 or so to $20 another low on Litecoin. I was looking for that hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. So let us take a look. So if we go back to 2014, 2015, we had a very long down, diagonal resistance from August to about June. So that was close to a year on that. And we had it tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plenty of retests in there. There's about 7 retests. It couldn't break it. It fell all the way down, slowly came back up, found resistance right here at $2.34. Came back down, made some accumulation, tried to get back up to that old top, fell back down for that lower low on the price, and then blew back up through there. So if you look at this diagonal resistance. We've had this since June, so June to February. That's about 8 months or so. We had a test. So 7 or 8 tests there. Couldn't break it, just like last time. Seven tests before it dropped all the way down. Made that low, came back up, found resistance, came down, made steady accumulation upwards. You see how these patterns look really, really similar? But what it didn't do this time, it didn't roll over. So if you guys can see these two patterns, they are very similar. However, we bypassed about 7 weeks or so. We didn't roll over. We didn't come back down for a lower low on price. We broke resistance on the RSI, which we had a double top here before coming back down and creating that hidden bullish divergence. This time, we didn't double top, we broke it. So if we close the week above these two resistances, this downtrend one from back in June, if you guys can see here, this is where it tried to act as support. It tried to get back over it the very next week, June 18th. It couldn't do it, and it came back down and retested 1, 2, 3, we'll call this 4, 5, 6. You could probably say 7 or 8 times it tried to break it, which is the same exact thing that happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could probably say 6 tries there, 6 or 7 tries here. Came back down, found resistance, overhead resistance, found overhead resistance here, slowly tried to come back up to it, but this time smashed it. Yesterday, this whole candle's from yesterday. If you guys can see on the daily, that was yesterday. So it was floating at 33.60 or so, 30, somewhere in that range, 33 and a half, 33.5, and yesterday's volume just destroyed those two overhead resistances and wiped those out. So we're looking for a retest to make sure that that's support. This kind of bypassed the 2014, 2015 market, but if you guys look at those two patterns, you could see exactly why I was calling for that $17.50 to $20 Litecoin. And patterns don't always have to match perfectly. They often rhyme. A lot of times you're never going to get a pattern that duplicates itself perfectly. But if you guys look at those two patterns, you could see exactly why I was thinking that we'd make a lower low on price. But, it duped me. It got me. So I've been accumulating. It's not like I've been waiting on the sidelines for that $17 Litecoin. I've been buying in the high 20s and low 30s. But, I've accumulated, enough to where I'm happy with it. And if I can't buy any more sub 20, it is what it is. I'll buy 45 to 50 when we get back in this channel, and try to get some more before we get that pre-halving spike, which I think is going to send it to $100. A lot of great things going for Litecoin, UFC stuff, Ben Askren, Cyborg, Cat. There's all kinds of UFC fighters backing it now, and we have Mimble Wimble, we got Beam, CT we're trying to get. So it's a lot of good things. It's a way different market than 2014, 2015. So it got me. There was a lot of there was a ton of similarities between these two, and it just didn't roll over here. Friday it just smashed it. We have increasing volume on the weekly, so we're gradually going up higher and higher on the weekly volume. I'd like to see us come in with some nice strong volume next week. If we get some solid buy volume next week and we get back up into this channel, you're never ever gonna see a $30 Litecoin again. Never. And I can say that pretty confidently, because if we break this resistance as $48 and that's support, and that acts as support again, and we stay in this channel and just make our way back up, never. It's never going to happen. And so accumulate carefully, pay attention, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And of course, this is not financial advice, so take this with a grain of salt. I've been bearish. I really have been bearish, and I've been in that not delusional. I've been in that what do you want to call it? I don't know. I've been not thinking that. I've been thinking this little run here is false. So denial. All right. So I've been in denial for the past couple months with this. So I thought we were going to 17, 20 bucks. Didn't happen. Every day that passes by, every week that passes by, it looks less and less likely. And I'm becoming more and more bullish as we go on. So it looks good. It looks solid. We have to come in with some stronger volume next week, though. We have to pick the volume up. It can't, we can't let the volume die back down. So we got to come in next week with some real strong volume. Try to break this $48 overhead resistance, get back up into there, and use that as support. So it would actually be really nice to see a rising wedge on the daily. Let's get a rising wedge going back up into here, mid 50s, 60 maybe. Break out of that rising wedge, come back down, retest $48, and use that as support. We wicked through it, so now it's going to be a little bit weaker. It might take a little bit, a couple tries to get back through it, but once we get back through it, it should act as pretty good support, and we will go from there. So I'll keep you guys updated, and check out Crypto Capital Venture. Dan, he's usually pretty damn good with his TA. He's almost always spot on. So check him out, guys. Crypto Capital Venture. I'm sure all of you are subscribed. If you're not, then you're doing something wrong. I'm just being honest. So check him out. Check out his TA, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.